Ooh. Hey dummies. It's Dragonlordfrodo here. And this camera needs to be a little higher. So let me try to build a fucking tower or something to get it higher up. That looks fine enough. Anything else to make it a little higher? I don't see anything I can put under it though. I need a new fucking tripod. That's what I need. Well, I really didn't have this video planned too much. I really didn't have this video planned too much. What's going on here? So, pretty much right now, I'm just I want to go to the deli at the corner. But I just took a shower and my hair's all wet. See, people say, "Oh, you look good with your hair slicked back." Yeah, okay. It just looks that way because it's wet. It's still wet because I just got out of a shower. I just caught a nice shave. Probably looks like shit. But I really didn't plan on doing this video. I'm just making this video to waste time, pretty much. And so yeah. So right now, I'm gonna here's something I'm gonna do. It's a little different. I'm not gonna rant and rave like I usually do. But here's a couple facts about me that you don't know. Probably don't know. Only you real good kiddies would know that. Ugh. So, what the fuck's going on? So anyway, here's a couple facts about me that you probably didn't know. I was born May 13th, 1984, and Buffalo, New York, okay? And I don't really remember what hospital I was born in. I don't remember, to be honest, what hospital I was born at. It was either Children's Hospital or Sisters. I can't remember which one the rents said I was born at. Does it really matter? I don't really care about the hospital too much. I was born, and that year, the day I was actually born that year was Mother's Day. Okay? And I think I was born at like, oh my god, my mom keeps on telling me this, and it's like, I don't care what time I was born, okay? It doesn't matter to me. But she beats into my head every single year. It's like 11:15 or something in the morning. And she makes it a point to say, oh, you were born on Mother's Day. Like, I don't give a shit. Really? Just be thankful I'm here, right? I guess I was late, too. I don't know. I was like 3 weeks late or something like that. And I took my sweet ass time coming out to rip there a new hoo-ha, you know what I'm saying? So that, and I have Asperger's syndrome. Okay, y'all probably know about that. It's not mental retardation or whatever the fuck somebody put on my report, okay? Because it was, moderate mental retardation. why don't you go look that up and see what that even means? If I was like that, I'd be like that and shit. But no, I'm very high functioning, okay, and so yeah, I have Asperger's syndrome. Here's the thing. I was originally diagnosed with what the fuck was it called? Pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified. Okay? And some people say that I have psychosis, which I don't believe at all. Okay? To be honest, I might have moderate mental retardation. Okay? But it's not something that I actually believe I have. Okay? Just like somebody, like some doctor diagnosed me with psychosis as well. Isn't psychosis like when you hear shit that's not there? Or something, you're hallucinating? I don't do that. I don't do that shit. I have, no, what it is I have, here's the thing. So sometimes I like to talk to myself, but it's not anything like I feel like I'm having a conversation with somebody else. Hold on. It's just sometimes I just like hearing myself talk. Like it comforts me or whatever. But it's not like I actually think that there's somebody else in the room or whatever. So that's something, I think that's a little different than, hearing voices and responding to them or whatever. So, who knows? All I know is that I have pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified. And I guess the not otherwise specified part means like I exhibit some of the symptoms but not all, or some bullshit like, I don't know. Now what's going on? I hate this new Facebook thing, by the way. where every time now somebody every time somebody responds to a post of yours now it's like a separate pop-up. Oh, I see what the guy's doing. So anyway, with that out of the way, what else? What else is there people really don't know about me? I guess I'm 32 years old and I've had four major surgeries in my life. First one when I was a baby. I don't remember it, and all I know about it is that people, like my parents, told me that I had the surgery. I don't remember it at all. But apparently, I guess right here on my right thigh, I had to have surgery on that when I was a baby. Because there was, I don't know the details, but supposedly I had like some kind of mole or some kind of growth or something that my parents thought it was like a tumor or something on my leg, but it turned out to just be a mole, and they pretty much just cut my leg open for no reason. Okay, so, because my parents were all scared. It was the 80s and shit, so, I don't know. They were just like, oh, we don't know if this thing's growing because it's a tumor, or it's just growing because he's growing, or something like that. So they ended up just fucking cutting it out with no test or anything done to it. Second surgery I've had, when about 7 years old or so, it was like the middle of middle of fucking summer. I wake up one day, and my fucking crotch just was hurting. I was like 7 years old. I didn't know what was going on. It was hard for me to take a shit. It was hard for me to pee, everything. And I was complaining about it. My parents were like, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And it was going on for like 3 days. And I was like, Mom, what this thing... And so my dad looked at it, and he looked at it and said, oh boy. He looked at my mom and said, his balls are all red. And my mom was like, what the fuck is going on? So we had to I go into the doctor, right? And the doctor was like, he needs to have surgery right away. So later that day, I was in the emergency room having emergency surgery. What happened was, they had to remove one of my testicles. Okay, because what happened was, one of the testicles, like, got caught around itself or something, and it was pretty much cutting off blood supply. It was gonna die, then it was gonna be gangrene, and then I would have died, you know. And it had to be removed because gangrene, whatever. And so now I have one testicle that to this day I don't even remember which one they removed, because it was kind of like, because what happened was now it's just like the one that's still remaining is kind of like shifted into the middle. So it's just like, okay, it's like one big bulldog ball right now. And yeah, so I got one testicle like fucking Hitler. So, and I always thought that was weird too. Like, well, what did they actually do to the one that was remaining, or the one that they cut out? I mean, did they like just go, oh, they cut out the testicle and then they threw it in the garbage or something? Like, I don't know what the fuck happened, because I'm always wondering if it was like, okay, they took my testicle, threw it in the fucking garbage, and then some homeless guy was coming around, and he was hungry, and he was like, ooh, he goes to the trash or whatever, and he finds my bowl, and he's like, hey, this looks like a meatball or something, and he like ate my nut or something. I always wonder what happened with that. But so, a little side note on that as well. I can still function down there. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's like I'm fucking jerking off like 5 times a day. Okay. So, hi, Gravy. Gravy, why don't you come over here? Come on. There you go. What? Hey, Gravy. Looks like Gravy's going to join us for this video. So, hey, Gravy. So, that said, I don't know. I still function down there. I still come like 10 feet in the air and shit. I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with functioning or whatever, but I'm beating off like 8 times a day. Somebody told me that like when that happens, like the remaining ball goes into overtime to make up for it or something. Okay, so that was the second one. The third one, the third and the fourth one were kind of the same. The third one, when I was about 13, okay, I was at school and walking around, doing my normal school thing. And all of a sudden, one of the teachers pulls me aside and says, "Mike, back your shorts are all wet." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." And she said, because I was like wearing like light colored shorts, and she said, "It's blood on the back of your shorts." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like puzzled. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on? There's blood on the back of my shorts." So I went in the bathroom, and the whole back of my shorts, my underwear, everything were bloody as shit. And I'm like, "What the fuck is happening here?" So my parents were called. They didn't know what happened either. And I went to the doctor. We took a look at it, and it turned out that right on the top of my ass crack, okay, right on the top of my ass crack, there was a cyst or something. It was almost like what I had on my arm, which, by the way, is healing. Okay, it's like a scab now, but it is healing. Hi, Gravy. So what happened was it was a cyst on the very top of my ass crack that I never knew about, and it just bust. Okay, and all kinds of fucking shit came out of it, whatever. And somehow it didn't just, like, when it bust, it didn't just bust. It, like, I guess what happened was, like, there was, like, a whole, like, cave or something that kind of, like, when it bust, it actually opened up, and there was actually, like, a deep fucking cave, and it was going like an anthill or whatever. I don't know, but so in order for it to heal properly, I guess, I had to have surgery, and they had to cut open my ass, not my asshole, but like the top of my ass crack, and let it heal back the right way. So it took like a couple years for this to happen too. I had to go to like whirlpool therapy or some bullshit. And the whole thing was that it was bad if it like the whole thing was that it had to heal from the inside out, because they were all afraid it was just going to heal and then it would heal over, but like it would still have like that hole. I don't know. But that's what was happening. So anyway, it ended up healing like over the thing, and it had to be cut open again because it needed I guess it needed to be healed from the inside out. So I guess to do that, we had to pack it with all kinds of gauze until like it was like healing up, like healing from the inside. And to this day, I have a big scar from it, and I do have flare-ups sometimes where it like bleeds sometimes. So I don't know. So when I was like 14, I had to get it cut open again. And I'll tell you something, that surgery was probably worse than getting a testicle removed. The testicle removed, I don't remember it being that painful. Like, once it was removed, like, before it was removed, I was like, oh, God, it felt like I had to shit, but I couldn't shit, Think of it this way, if you ever get kicked in the nuts, it felt like that. But it felt like that, like, hours at a time, okay? And it was pretty bad. And then they cut it out, and it was like relief, And that wasn't that bad. It wasn't really that bad, the testicle. And I don't feel like ashamed or anything of it. I mean, I don't really want kids anyway. I don't think I could have kids like that anyway. I think what it is like if I do have kids, I can only have a boy or a girl or something like that. But yeah, that's that. And what's the other thing? Okay, so another thing you probably don't know about me is that I was originally a drummer, okay? And the reason I became a drummer, well, because, growing up, whenever I would get, like, nervous or whenever I get, like, excited or something, and I still do this, too, and, if you've ever like spent any kind of like extended period of time with me, like face to face, you'd know that. And I probably do this in my videos too sometimes, but it's like I don't even know I'm doing it half the time. But I have a tendency to like, oh sorry gravy, I have a tendency to like drum on every possible surface possible. Okay. And I don't know, when I get excited, I just go like this, or I'll do it with my fingers. I'll like that or something. So I thought that, okay, I think I'm going to be a good drummer. Okay, something like that. But doing this isn't really the same thing as with sticks, it's a little harder with the sticks, I guess. I mean, I guess I can be a good bongo player. Hi, Gravy. Mm. Hi, Gravy. Come on, you want to come up? Come on. So, you don't know that about me, that I'm a drummer. Originally a drummer, I should say. I wish I could get back into drums. Come on, Gravy. Come on, Gravy. I'm going to lay down so that Gravy can jump up on me. Come on. Oh. So, I'm knocking shit over here. Okay. So, I'm originally a drummer. Did you also know that my first... I've actually... Like, you've known me from Dragonlordfrodo, okay? Me doing music with Dragonlordfrodo, right? Did you also know that I had, in the past, 2 other bands? I was in 2 other bands. Yeah. The first band was something I did in high school, and it was actually a band. Hold on. It was actually a band. It was a rap band, okay? And we only made like 1 song. It was like more of a class project thing than an actual like thing where we were serious about it. But it was a rap group. It was a rap band. We were like the white Public Enemy. We were like the white NWA. We were like the WWA or something. The whites with attitude. No, we were. The name of our band was called Food Smuggler and the Goat Face Killers. Okay? And it was me, it was another kid named Eric Doman, who I still talk to here and there. And a girl named Erin Douglas, who I don't even talk to anymore. I think she like went nuts or something, but we had 1 song. It was called Food Smuggler, and we had our music teacher there, who called himself DJ P Smooth, okay? And I wish I could find the original song again. This was back, okay? There was a website that used to be out called mp3.com, okay? And the song was on there, okay? You can listen to it on there, but I can't find it anymore. I cannot find it for the life of me anymore. Plus, there was a picture on there of the three of us with fucking photoshopped beards and everything else, and it was pretty much me doing most of the lyrics, and it was Eric doing like backing things, and then Aaron was sitting there. She just said, yeah, whatever, he's a food smuggler. That's what she said. And then the fucking music teacher was there, and he would be like, he kept saying on the track, he was like, yeah, boy, and it's not even a joke from what Flying Over Trout did. And then he's like, and then one part he was like, lunch. Every time I would hear that voice, I'm just fucking lose it. It was like, lunch or something. And he's like, yeah, food smoke like you mad stupid. Okay? And that was that. And so we only had the one song, and then we had, oh man, and we had it on mp3.com, okay? Okay, here's the thing. If anybody can pull up that song, I will suck your dick. No, not really, but somebody fucking find this for me, okay? If you could go on Wayback Machine and try to find this fucking song, man, that would be great. But I don't know. So with that, the other band I was in was short-lived, and it was called Nazi Cockroach, and it ended up just turning into Dragonlordfrodo anyway, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. It was like I only wrote like a couple songs. I think one of them was like March of the Fat Viking or something like that. And then the other one was like, the other one was something like, I keep forgetting the name of the song. It was something about my guitar playing sucks, so rape me or something like that. I don't know. I don't even remember what I called it, but I remember one song was just called Shitty Guitar or something like that. And then the other one was like, it was like my guitar playing sounds like a bad rape or something like that. So fuck me maybe or something. That, and then so it ended up just turning into Dragonlordfrodo anyway, and that's become, the main thing here. And actually, if you go and listen to on my first rock opera, if you go and listen to the Ballad of Dragonlordfrodo on that album, That's actually the I just reused the track from the guitar thing with shitty guitar and just ended up doing vocals over it. That was pretty much it. Okay. Also, I should mention too that my band Dragonlordfrodo. So here's the thing, okay, with that food smuggler thing. When I put out that album, Undercover Jaffa, that was just all cover songs. Okay, one of the cover songs was Food Smuggler. Was the one that we written and wrote, but I re-recorded it. Okay, and that's why it's on there. I was pretty much covering my own song. Okay. So what else don't you know about me? I've never drove a car in my life. Okay? Everything has been buses, subway, you know. I don't mind it. I don't care really. I feel it works for me in a way. So I really can't get out to the suburbs too much. And I have to be in a big city, but it doesn't bother me too much. You know, it doesn't really bother me. It's, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me that much. Ooh. Hi, Gravy. What do you want? What do you want, Gravy? Come here. Come here, Gravy. Come here. Hey there. Come on. There you go. Doesn't bother me. Some people will bother me. Ooh, I want to just get up and go. It doesn't bother me. Busing doesn't bother me. You know, I feel like I'm kind of at an advantage though, because it seems like people that drive, it's like once they start driving, it's like, oh, now you're gonna drive all the friggin' time, you know. And it seems like people that drive are like, oh, they're always bitching about how, oh, I gotta go downtown. It's gonna cost me $15 to park. Well, why don't you just take the fucking bus and you'll get there? You don't have to pay no fucking $15 to park. You know, I feel like that's kind of like a disadvantage. It's more expensive, and the expense doesn't really outweigh like the benefit. Really, it just okay. So you're getting there like what, 10 minutes quicker? You know. I don't get it, but you know, I guess driving's okay just because you can get out to the suburbs. But then again, like, really, does it really matter? It's like, okay. What's the other thing? I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. I've never hey. I don't do weed. Like I said, I did the pot. Whoa. What are you doing, Gravy? Gravy looks like she's like angry at me for some reason. I've done pot once, and y'all seen that. And it was an edible, so it wasn't smoked. It wasn't smoked, so I've never smoked weed, but I've eaten it, okay? And it wasn't really that fun, to be honest. And as for drinking, I don't drink. I don't really drink that much. I drink maybe like once a year, okay? Christmas is coming up. I might have like some fucking liquor or something at my aunt's house or something. Whatever they fucking have. But I'm not like one of these people that sits there and drinks like a box of wine a day, you know? Gravy, come here. Gravy, come here. Oh. Okay. So, Gravy. So, what else you got? What else do I need to know? Only had sex with one girl in my life. Amy. Amy fucking Moss. So, and we broke up because she broke up because she tried to pull a fast one on me and said, "Hey, I got syphilis. You need to fucking get yourself checked out." And I said, "How'd you get syphilis?" Like, because when we met, she said she was a virgin too. So there was no way we could have had syphilis. Okay? It was like almost impossible. Unless she was cheating on me. But then she kept saying, "As you got it from a toilet seat." What? No, you don't get it from a toilet seat. Okay? And found out she made up the whole thing. So now she's an ex. What am I gonna say? What else? My former friend Baloney Arm, aka Chris Lococo. I miss that guy. I mean, I know I did some fucked up things to him, but it's been like what, 4 or 5 years now. Okay, it's been going on since before the whole Clint Carr thing. Okay, so anyway, Baloney Arm, aka Chris Lococo. I know him from the group home. Okay, and the thing with that is, it's really weird because people, and I don't actually see it, but I kind of do. And he just gets mad whenever I bring it up or when somebody brings it up. But people mistake us for each other, okay? And it's really weird. And to me, it's just, we're just two fat guys, you know? And pretty much that's what it is. It's like, we're just two fat guys. And people just mistake us for that. You know? It's like, I don't know. It's like, look, I remember the one time when I was, what do you call it? When I was putting together Dog Dicks and Cock Wizards, which was all about him, by the way. The cover art was a picture of Baloney Arm, okay? Going like this. Or something like that on the cover. It was an actual colored picture that I kind of like made into like a black and white kind of thing, and then it was like I desaturated a lot of colors. So that's how it looks then. It was supposed to make it look like like evil. It's supposed to. I was trying to make a parody of what do you call it? Bathory's first album with the goat head on it. Ooh, I've been eating this Greek yogurt shit, and ever since I've been eating it, I just feel my insides bubbling up. So, that's what that was supposed to be about. But I've showed it to people, and they're like, "Oh, so you put a picture of yourself on the album cover?" I'm like, "That's not even me." And I swear, I mean, this is going on like a long time here. So I don't know what it is, but people think that we are each other. I don't get it. I don't see the resemblance. Okay? But I guess that's kind of the point. I mean, people do think that we look like each other. And he hates when people bring it up. And I think that's part of why he got mad at me and won't talk to me. Because I think he's just like really tired of us going somewhere and people making a comment like, oh, those two look like twins or something. It's like, we don't even look that much alike, to be honest. We're just fat men, I guess. And I think he's just like, I think he just doesn't want people saying it. He's just embarrassed or something. Like the big example, the big time when it happened was like when, what was it, Circuit City, was it? When they were going out of business, they had like this big fucking sale. And it was like everything like 90% off or some shit. And we walked in there, right? And outside there was like these two black women there. They were okay looking. But we walk in there together and those black women was like, "Are you two brothers?" And it's like, come on. It's like we get it all the time, you know. The other time was like when there was on Hurdle Avenue, there's an Avenue Pizzeria, okay? And at Avenue Pizzeria on Hurdle, okay? Okay, so here's the whole story, okay? There was a guy that delivered for Avenue Pizzeria, and his girlfriend lived downstairs from Bologna Arm, or something like that. And, so, what happened was, I guess the one time I walked in there alone, like on my own, and he's like, "Hey, are you having a Super Bowl party this year?" I'm like, "What?" I said, "What are you talking about? I don't even watch football." And he's like, Don't you live at that address?" I'm like, No, that's not me, dude. And of course it had to be Bologna Arms address, you know. He's like, "Oh, okay, you two look just alike." And I had to laugh, and it was so fucking embarrassing, you know. And what else? There was one time where his mom came over to the house, or came over to his house, I should say, and she rang the doorbell, and he was like too lazy to get up or something. Or he was like taking a shit or something, and his mom came. I don't remember, but I go open the door, and she's like, "Hey, Chris." I'm like, "No, I'm Mike." His own mom can't even fucking recognize her own son. That's how much I guess we look alike. Okay? So, I have a twin, I know who he is, and he's pissed off that we're twins, I guess. And it's funny, too, because I'm actually, you know what I'm actually thinking of doing? I'm thinking of actually just, as a goof, I'm thinking of maybe using his picture, like, for, like, my OkCupid, OkStupid profile, and using it for, like, my POF profile and shit. Because it's like when they meet me for real, it's like, you know, it's like, doesn't matter. It's the same guy. Like, it's not really gonna matter. You know, it'd be like a goof. So, what else? What else do I have to say? I like cats. Okay. Yeah, I love cats. I have a cat right there, right there. She fucking hates me. I love her, she hates me. You know what I'm saying? Story of my life. But no, I grew up with a lot of cats growing up, um, so here's the rundown. Growing up, I had, I'm trying to remember how many cats we had growing up. We had Bart, which was probably my favorite cat. Looked just like Gravy. Gray cat, cool as fuck, but he died. Okay? That cat, when I was born, we already had that cat. Okay? So that cat was with us, and that cat was like 20 years old too. So, and it died. We had to put it down when he was like 16. When I was like 16, we had to put him down. But the thing is that he was already older than I was, so he could have been like 20 years old. And I had to put him down when I was 16, so that was kind of hard for me. This is old. He was like an old ass cat, you know. And what else? So Bart, we had another cat named Jessie, which was a big Maine Coon cat, big fluffy cat. And then, oh. And then we had Mario, which was just a calico cat. I don't remember what color it was, but it was just a little fucking cat. Some reason though, I keep having dreams about Mario, that cat Mario. So like for some reason I keep having like weird dreams about that cat. Like I keep having a dream where it was like Mario always hides and we forget he's around. And then like years go by and he just like comes out of nowhere and it's like, whoa, we got this cat. It's weird. I don't know. But that cat, and then who was the other one we had? Louie. Louie was a cool cat. He was a big, fat orange cat, fluffy orange cat. And then who else do we have? Carmine. Carmine was the little black cat we had, and on the end of his tail, he had like a white spot on the end of his tail, which was cute. Like he just dipped his tail in a paint. And then we had Kramer. That's the cat. That's the cat. He's like another orange cat, and he would somehow something happened with his tail, where his tail his tail was like fucking dying or something. They had to chop off half his tail. But he still had a cool tail, but whatever. Still had a nice tail. Kramer, and then we had Kip. Okay, we have Kip now. My parents have Kip and Stewie. Kip's another little orange cat. And Stewie is his fluffy black and white cat. And then for me, I have Gravy. Okay, I have my own cat. So it's like what, 10 cats I've had. So yeah, and then we had them for like, you know, they last pretty long. You know, Gravy, come here. So with that said, you know, I like cats. Okay, so. Whew. Then my parents also had two dogs too. They were like little dogs, but whatever. Um, JP was a little Lhasa Apso dog, and then he died, and then uh, my parents got another one, Chewy, and Chewy's like a little, what do you call it? Bichon Shih Tzu or something mix. And yeah, he was pretty cool too. He's a puppy, but we bite in shoes and shit. So yeah. What else? My first job I've ever had. Um, my first job I've ever had surprisingly wasn't a cleaning job. It was actually a data entry job. Right out of high school too, I got this job, and they laid me off. They laid me off. It was bad. This was back when I was still living with my parents. Okay, they laid me off because there was like no work. So and oh god, I think the business is now it doesn't exist anymore. I don't think. But yeah, it was like right on Delaware Avenue. It was right next to the Babeville, was it the Babeville Church or something like that? I don't know, but it was like right next to that. There was like a little building next to that, and yeah, I would go there. I'd do data entry work, and then they laid me off, and that was that. I want to get back into that kind of work again, but I honestly don't want to do any more cleaning work. That's the thing. I'm trying to find something else. Because I'm autistic and everything. I don't have good social skills. So I feel like if I get like a job where I have to use social skills, like it might make me better at social skills. Like I'm trying to get a job where like either another data entry job or another like a collections or maybe like some customer service thing. But it's like I have these social anxiety things where it's hard, but I feel like if I get a job doing something like that on the phone or something, I might be able to improve my social skills a little bit. That's about it. What else? I'm into metal, okay? I'm fucking into metal. Okay, I'm a big fucking metalhead. Metal, okay? Okay. But did you also know that before I was into metal, I was into rap music? Yeah, I owned a Da Youngsta CD. I owned a Run DMC CD. And I also owned a Dr. Dre The Chronic CD. Okay. What else? I used to be a model when I was a little kid. Can you believe that? I used to be like a Fisher Price model. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Now I could be like the plus size BBM model or something. What else? I have sleep apnea. I have to sleep with a thing on my face. That was the big thing when my electric went out, was that I had to sleep with the thing on my face. And I couldn't even sleep because I didn't have electric for my machine. So that was the big problem there. I thought I was going to die. Oh well. And then what else? Sleep apnea. I have type 2 diabetes. I don't give a shit. I don't check my sugar. To be honest, I don't feel like I should have to check my sugar because, you know, it's a genetic thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's not my fault that I have it. You know, and I don't really care if I live or die. You know, so I don't really care, really. But it's just like, I feel like it's my mom's fault because she had me. Because it was already proven that I got it because it's a genetic thing. So I was going to get it eventually anyway. And there was no stopping it because it was genetic. So I feel like it's my mom's fault that I got it. So, oh wow. Because it's like this, okay? It's like this. You've heard of all these fucking people. You've heard these stories where there was dudes out there that have AIDS and shit, and they just go around and fucking fuck women and give women AIDS and everything. Okay? They're being charged with murder when they die. What the fuck kind of shit is that? Isn't that kind of like the same thing? My mom gave me diabetes. That's why I'm not having kids. Oh no. I'm not having kids. Fuck that. I'm not fucking having kids. Fuck that. Because I don't, you know, you can take my other fucking testicle. I don't give a shit. But, yeah. Because I don't want them having diabetes. I don't want them having diabetes, you know. And, what else? I grew up playing a lot of video games. That was pretty. That's kind of a no-brainer, I guess. I mean, y'all seen when on that video of me, the home videos or whatever, where I'm where you know, everything's video game to learn. So I started off with the Atari 2600. I got an Atari 7800. To be honest, I actually had the LJN Video Art System, which sucked. My mom took that back because it was a piece of shit. And we got an NES. And I got an NES for one Christmas, and then I had like all kinds of fucking games for it. I had like 50 games for it back then, and then our house got robbed, and all my games were stolen, but the NES was still there. It was weird. It's like they took the games, but not the Nintendo, you know, itself. So then, so then we had to rebuy a lot of the games. I couldn't even remember what I had back then. And And I got a Super Nintendo. And Super Nintendo. Then I got a Sega Genesis, Sega CD 32X. This is all growing up too. And Sega CD 32X. Then I had a Nintendo 64. Okay. Then I had a PlayStation. Then a PlayStation 2. Xbox. Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii U, PlayStation 4, and you know, and then when I was growing up too, not when I was growing up, but like later, I ended up buying a Sega Saturn, okay, and I ended up modding the fuck out of that shit too. Like I ended up getting it chipped, so I was able to play burn games on it. And also I had a Dreamcast as well. That was pretty cool. I kind of do want another Sega Saturn and another Dreamcast as well. But yeah, I mean, those are pretty good systems. I kind of want another Sega Saturn now. That was kind of like one of my favorite systems. You know, that was a pretty cool fucking system. So, yeah. So that, and then what else? I have a 3DS. And then I just find like random fucking systems in the trash now. That's the other thing. I go dumpster diving too. It's a way to make a little extra money. But because it's been snowing and blowing these last few days, I haven't really gone. I haven't really gone dumpster diving in a couple days. I don't really want to. It's like snowing and blowing. It's like a foot of snow out there now. Fucking sucks. What else? I went to Gateway Longview for high school. Yeah, that place. It's not even a real school. It's like it's like where they put kids that are emotionally, they have emotional problems or something. Yeah, to do a stint at Gateway or something. But then, you know, like, what is it, like, junior and senior year of hate way, I ended up going to another school for like half the day, and that was Harkness. And what that was it's called Erie One Bosse's Harkness Career Center. And I used to take infotech there, okay? Yeah, it was pretty much computer related shit. Ow. And they had like A+ courses there, and fucking Cisco networking, CAD or whatever, computer aided drafting, which was like architect bullshit. They had like a cosmetology class where it was like all the hot girls went there so they could learn how to do hair. You know, it was pretty much like, I don't know. It was like, I don't think you could really get into much with it. But it was like a step in the door. It was like vocational training or something. So I did that, and now I'm fucking cleaning floors for a living. You know, so who knows? And so I did that, and you know, it was kind of weird. Yeah, because At Gateway, everybody liked me, but at Harkness, it was like everyone hated me. For some fucking reason, everyone fucking hated me. Probably because I was like, probably because like I was outspoken, maybe. Like a lot, like I'm a lot different nowadays than I am before. It was like I'm a lot different than I am on camera. You know that? It's like I'll talk on the camera, but it's like in real life, it's like I don't like talking. That's the thing. I don't like talking in real life. Like at work, when I work, I don't even like talk to anyone. I just I just want to do my job and fucking leave. You know. I think that's I don't know. I think I'm just focused on what I have to do. Like I think it's because like in Harkness and all that, I would act like a class clown and it would get me in trouble a lot. And it was embarrassing and shit. So I think what it is like now I'm like, okay, I got a fucking job here. I don't want to be the fucking clown at work, you know? I'm trying to like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's what happens. And what else do I have to mention? Harkness. Yeah. Before Gateway, I went to like 8 different schools. I started out when I was little. I was at St. Agnes School, which was actually right around the corner from where I am now. In fact, where that one video I just put up uh where I caught Tom Treelor walking through my neighborhood again with the bag or whatever. It's only like 15 seconds long, but there was like a church that's right there, and I used to go to that church, or I used to go to school at that church, I should say, and it was some bullshit Catholic bullshit, you know. And I was kicked out of that school because yeah, I was kicked out of that school because wow. I guess I was kicked out of there because I was playing He-Man or something at school, like with a ruler or something. I was playing, and they're like, oh, we can't have you playing He-Man in our school. We're gonna kick you out. And then after that, I don't remember what school I went to after that. I want to say I went to. Oh, I just want to say I went to like Montessori or something. Or was. I don't remember. Now I gotta remember something. Is it. I remember I went to Montessori school at one point, but I don't remember when exactly. At one point, I went to 78, School 78, over at like Olympic Avenue or some bullshit. And that's where I met my friend Eugene there. We went to 78. And that was the school that you kiddies seen where I was graduating from. And then after 78, Eugene might know more about this, but after 78, I ended up going to School 43, which was right over here on Lovejoy. I just pulled off a big fucking toenail. I went to 43 for like a year. And, I went to 43 for like a year. And, then I got kicked out of 43 like halfway through the school year the next year. For some reason, I don't remember why. But I don't know. Then I ended up going to school 39, which was the Martin Luther King Jr. School, multicultural institution. And that was like on what, High Street or something like that. And I was on High Street, and I was getting beat up every day because I was like the only white person there. And so from there I went from 39 to fucking Gateway Schlongview, and that was it. You know, that was like the end of that. And I ended up just graduating from there. And then from there, I went to Harkness, and I never actually went to college. But I went to, what is it called? EOC, like later in my life, and I couldn't get into it. It was all like night classes and shit, and I was like, I can't get into this. Like, I was like falling asleep during classes and shit. I just couldn't do it. So that was the gist of that. And so yeah, I mean, no, that's a lot of shit that you probably don't know about me. I also had a website. Let's talk about the website. It was Dragonlordfrodo.com, and it was active like around 2003 to about 2006 maybe. I don't know, but it was the height of Dragonlordfrodo antics, okay? You could still see some of it if you go on Wayback Machine and do, you know, look it up that way. You could still see parts of it. It was just a blog. But there was a lot of weird shit that happened. I look back on it sometimes, I'm like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck was I thinking back then? It was like, I don't remember writing half that shit. So it's like a blast from the past. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm Dragonlordfrodo, and I approve this message.